A Mortal's Journey to Immortality Episode 247. In the previous episode, after the fierce battle at Yellow Dragon Mountain, the Moulan forces gained the upper hand, marching deep into the heavenly south. Despite the Nine Nations Union's desperate defense, Soaring Heavens City eventually fell into enemy hands. The once proud fortress now served as the Moulan's first stronghold, from which waves of spell warriors poured forth. In response, the four great powers of the Heavenly South, alongside wandering cultivators and local clans, joined forces to resist the invasion. Amid the growing storm, Han Li's name began to spread far and wide. Stories of him slaying a Nascent Soul enemy and escaping a Moulan Divine Sage turned him into a legend. Half a year later, Han Li emerged from seclusion, quietly observing a world engulfed in war. With Silvermoon at his side, he crossed the borders of Yu and Beiliang, moving unseen among the enemy. A brief encounter with Moulan scouts revealed grim truths about the current situation, confirming that the Heavenly South stood on the brink of all-out conflict. As of current, Lu Luo was sitting in the hall as he pondered about this matter, oblivious to what the others were saying. And the episode 247 continues. A white-haired old man sitting across from Lu Luo politely asked, "Brother Lu, did you receive any information about Elder Han?" This man was Shu Chongjing, an early Nascent Soul cultivator and elder of the Heaven Dao Alliance's Water Mirage sect. Having recently arrived at Skyfirst City, he came to seek news about Han Li. Lu Luo paused for a moment, then smiled. "There is no news for the time being, but it seems that Brother Shu is showing quite a bit of interest in Brother Han." Shu Chongjing chuckled, his tone light but full of curiosity. "Of course I am. Before I even reached Skyfirst City, I heard many rumors about fellow Taoist Han. Imagine this. A newly ascended Nascent Soul cultivator who actually escaped from the pursuit of a Moulan Divine Sage. That is something few of us could ever hope to do." The other cultivators gathered in the hall exchanged glances. Their curiosity deepened, all of them eager to know whether the rumors about Han Li were true. After a brief hesitation, Lu Luo admitted honestly, "It is true. Junior Martial Brother Han only recently condensed his Nascent Soul." The room instantly filled with murmurs of surprise. A few people even gasped aloud. Shu Chongjing's admiration grew. For Elder Han to achieve so much at such a young age, I have no doubt that he may one day reach the late Nascent Soul stage. Congratulations, Brother Lu. The Drifting Cloud sect is destined for prosperity. The others echoed his praise. Though Lu Luo tried to appear humble, he could not entirely hide his pride. Then, a middle-aged man with thick eyebrows spoke coldly. "But Brother Lu, if Elder Han truly escaped from a divine sage, he must have suffered heavy injuries. Why has he not shown himself until now? Perhaps you should send people to search for him. If you lack men, my disciples can assist." Lu Luo sensed the man's hidden envy but kept calm. "I am certain he is simply recovering in secret," he said. The middle-aged man came from the powerful Phoenix's Cry sect, the leading sect of the Heavenly Dao Alliance. It was clear his concern masked jealousy. Before the tension could deepen, a streak of red light suddenly burst into the hall. It circled once before flying into Lu Luo's hand. He quickly absorbed the message contained within, and his eyes brightened with joy. "Junior Martial Brother Han has entered the city. He is at our sect's camp. I must take my leave." Without another word, Lu Luo hurried out, leaving the others stunned. Shu Chongjing stroked his beard thoughtfully, while the envious man's calm expression barely hid his gloom. At that same time, in the Drifting Cloud sect's camp in the western quarter of Skyfirst City, Han Li sat calmly in a wooden chair at the center of the hall. The red-clothed Fire Cloud Mountain Lord and the White Phoenix Mountain Lord, a woman surnamed Song, stood respectfully by his side. Both seemed uneasy, glancing occasionally at Han Li with mixed emotions. Moments later, Lu Luo rushed in, his face lighting up the moment he saw Han Li. "Junior Martial Brother Han, you've finally returned. It's been over half a year since I've seen you. I was worried something had happened." Han Li smiled lightly. "I'm sorry to have worried you, Senior Martial Brother. My vitality was damaged, so I had to spend time recovering. But I heard that Soaring Heavens City fell. I was worried for you as well. Lu Luo let out a relieved sigh. It's good that you were unharmed. His gaze then swept across the hall. Where are the other martial nephews? Why have they not come to greet Elder Han? The Fire Cloud Mountain Lord quickly answered, reporting to Martial Uncle. The others are on rotation duty today. Lu Luo nodded, satisfied. Ah, I see. Then that can't be helped. Han Li smiled faintly. On my way here, I heard there are many rumors about me. Could you tell me what they are? It seems I've become unexpectedly famous. Lu Luo chuckled, about to answer, but his eyes drifted toward the two subordinates standing by. You two may leave. I need to speak with your martial uncle Han privately. The two core formation cultivators bowed and retreated. As the woman surnamed Song passed Han Li, she hesitated for a moment and cast him a lingering glance before leaving. Han Li noticed but chose not to ask. Her strange expression had caught his attention since they met, but he saw no reason to question it. Once they were alone, Lu Luo smiled wryly. Junior Martial Brother, you've certainly hidden your abilities well from Senior Martial Brother Cheng and me. Why didn't you tell us earlier? Han Li shook his head helplessly. Senior Martial Brother knows that I only recently advanced to Nascent Soul stage. Speaking too highly of my abilities would have sounded boastful. Lu Luo laughed. Enough false modesty. Even if those stories came from our enemies, I doubt they're far from the truth. What really surprised my Senior Martial Brother and me, though, was how you managed to win over that female Nascent Soul cultivator from the Masked Moon sect. Truly admirable. Han Li's expression changed slightly. What, you've already seen Wanner? Before they parted ways, he had given Nangong Wan a jade slip to conceal her identity. Yet Lu Luo's words showed he already knew everything. Lu Luo grinned reassuringly. Yes, Fairy Nangong has already explained everything to Senior Martial Brother Cheng. There's no need to worry. Han Li frowned slightly. Senior Martial Brother Lu means to say. Lu Luo's eyes gleamed with satisfaction. Oh, so you don't know yet. Several months ago, the Masked Moon sect announced that Fairy Nangong had died from inner demon backlash, and her engagement to Wei Lycan of the Flowing Mind sect was dissolved. Senior Martial Brother Cheng then took her in as his sworn sister, and he intends for you and her to officially become Dao companions. What does Junior Martial Brother Han think of this arrangement? Han Li was taken aback. Wanner has become Senior Martial Brother Cheng's sworn sister? That's right, Lu Luo confirmed. Once we drive back the Spell Warriors, we'll hold your Dao companion ceremony openly. Even if someone later questions it, the matter will already be settled. Who would dare oppose the entire Heavenly Dao Alliance? Even Wei Wuya would have no choice but to overlook it. Besides, you've made quite the reputation for yourself. Neither the Flowing Mind sect nor the Masked Moon sect will dare to interfere. Han Li fell silent for a moment. His expression was complicated, but after a long sigh, he said quietly, My thanks to both Senior Martial Brothers. I will remember your efforts. Lu Luo's smile widened. Winning Han Li's trust was precisely what he and Cheng had hoped for. He, think nothing of it, Lu Luo said warmly. We regard you as one of our own, not an outsider. Ah, and one more thing. Lady Nangong was deeply worried when she heard you went missing. She wanted to come here herself, but Senior Martial Brother Cheng had to stop her. There are still many cultivators from the Flowing Mind sect and the Masked Moon sect in the city. And since you haven't yet become official Dao companions, it's best that Fairy Nangong stays hidden for now. As for Junior Martial Brother Han's concubine, I've had her escorted back to the sect, as it will be dangerous in the upcoming battle. And that wraps up this episode. In this part, we saw Han Li's long-awaited return to Skyfirst City after half a year of recovery from his injuries. The news of his incredible escape from a Moulan Divine Sage had already spread throughout the Heavenly Dao Alliance, leaving many cultivators astonished by his strength and talent, especially since he had only reached the Nascent Soul stage a few years ago. This episode showed how Han Li's growing reputation not only earned him admiration but also envy among other sects, as his abilities were far beyond what most expected from someone of his level. We also witnessed the moment when Han Li reunited with his senior martial brother Lu Luo. Hu was overjoyed to see him safe. Through their private conversation, many secrets were revealed, particularly about Nangong Wan, who was now rumored to have died and had been declared free from her past engagement. To protect her identity and future, she was recognized as the sworn sister of Senior Marshal Brother Cheng, paving the way for Han Li and Nangong Wan to officially become Dao companions once the war was over. This episode highlights not only Han Li's rising status and the respect he now commands within the Heavenly Dao Alliance, but also the political maneuvering and alliances forming around him. His name, once unknown, now carries great weight, admired by allies, watched closely by rivals, and quietly shaping the balance of power among the sects. It also shows the loyalty and effort of his sect brothers, who worked behind the scenes to secure both his safety and his relationship with Nangong Wan. If you enjoyed this episode or found it interesting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to receive notifications about the latest episodes following Han Li's journey. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.